If you live in Maine, I'm about to save you thousands of dollars in property taxes. Let's get into it. By the way, my name's Margaret. My dad, Michael, and I make videos to educate you about living in the southern Maine area. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send an email, schedule a Zoom call. All that information is down below, as well as some free downloadable resources for you to use as well. So, Maine state property tax relief programs. Let's get into the first category, which is going to be current land use programs. So, number one, farmland. In the farmland program, the property owner is required to have at least 5 continuous acres in their parcel of land or on their parcel of land. It must be used for farming, agriculture, or horticulture, and it can include woodland and wasteland. Additionally, the parcel must contribute at least $2,000 of gross income from farming activities each year. So moving on to open space. There's not really a minimum acreage requirement for this program, but minimum acres and setbacks must be excluded from the classification. The parcel must be preserved or restricted in use to provide a public benefit. And the benefits recognized include public recreation, scenic resources, game management, and wildlife habitat. The next category of current land use programs is tree growth. So this program provides benefits for owners of at least 10 acres of forested land used for commercial harvesting. A forest management and harvest plan must be prepared and a sworn statement to that effect submitted with the application. Applications must include a map of the parcel indicating the forest type breakdown, as well as other areas to be excluded from the tree growth program. And lastly, working waterfront. Working waterfront land basically means a parcel or portion of a parcel of land abutting tidal waters or is located in the intertidal zone, which is basically located between the high or low water mark, and the use of which is more than 50% related to providing access to or in support of the conduct of commercial fishing, including commercial aquaculture activities. So those were the current land use programs. Let's move on to property tax exemptions. Starting off with the homestead exemption. So this program provides a measure of property tax relief for certain individuals that have owned homestead property in Maine for at least 12 months and make property they occupy on April 1st their permanent residence. And property owners would receive an exemption of $25,000. If you're moving to Maine or you just moved to Maine, this is definitely something that's good to be reminded of. If this is going to be your permanent residence, something to be reminded of for, your first big tax year, as this could obviously be a huge benefit to you if this is your permanent residence. Next is the renewable energy investment exemption. This program exempts renewable energy equipment such as solar panels from property tax beginning again on April 1st, and taxpayers must apply for the credit by April 1st of the first year the exemption is requested. Next is the veteran exemption. So a veteran who is served during a recognized war period and is 62 years or older, or is receiving 100% disability as a veteran, or became 100% disabled while serving, is eligible for $6,000. The next exemption is paraplegic veterans. A veteran who has received a federal grant for a specially adapted housing unit may receive $50,000. Next up is the blind exemption. An individual who is deemed to be legally blind receives $4,000. And next in this category is the business equipment tax exemption. So there's 2 parts to this. The first one being the business equipment tax exemption, or BETE program. The BETE program is a 100% property tax exemption program for eligible property that would have been first subject to tax in Maine on or after April 1st. And this program does not replace the business equipment tax reimbursement program, which is the second part to this. So the business equipment tax reimbursement program, or the BETR, is a program that is designed to encourage capital investment in Maine. The program reimburses taxpayers for local property taxes paid on most qualified business property, and to qualify, qualified business property must have been first placed in service in Maine after April 1st, 1995. And our third and final category is the property tax stabilization program. The property tax stabilization for senior citizens, also known as the Property Tax Stabilization Program, or the program, is a state program that allows certain senior citizen residents to stabilize or freeze the property taxes on their homestead. This same legislation has expanded the eligibility thresholds for participation in the property tax deferral program and increased the maximum benefit available under the property tax fairness credit for those aged 65 and older. So now let's dig into what those two things are exactly. The state property tax deferral program is a lifeline loan program that can cover the annual property tax bills of Maine people who are ages 65 and older or are permanently disabled and who cannot afford to pay them on their own. And the property tax fairness credit is where eligible Maine taxpayers may receive a portion of the property tax or rent paid during the tax year on the Maine individual income tax return, whether they owe Maine income tax or not. If the credit exceeds the amount of your individual income tax due for the tax year, the excess amount of the credit will be refunded to you. All right, so those are the Maine State Property Tax Relief Programs. I hope you found this video helpful. If I missed any, I think those are all the major ones, but if I missed any, feel free to comment down below. And again, my name is Margaret. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. All of our information is down below. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send an email, schedule a Zoom call. All of our info is down below, as well as those free downloadable resources for you to use as well. And we'll see you next time.